He sounds like a big child. Why the hell do you have a kid with him? Am I the asshole for telling my husband to apologize to our daughter? Well, I don't know. Let's find out. Background: my husband, 27, and I, 28, are with our 7-year-old daughter just hanging out in the living room. We were talking, and then all of a sudden, he pinches her on the foot and says, "Ooh, I got her good." My daughter started saying, "Daddy, that really hurt," and proceeds to cry. Mind you, she is a little bit more on the sensitive side of things, but still, I can imagine it really hurt her. I then tell him to apologize to her because he hurt her. He doesn't say anything. So now I'm upset and just staring at him with a glare. He says, "What are you staring at?" I said, "I want you to apologize to her." He basically said, "No, not happening." Then I said something like, "Way to set a great example that it's okay to get hurt and not get an apology from the person that hurt you." That's not exactly how I said it, but I hope you get the gist. He then says, "I don't want to be around you." Then says goodnight to the kids and leaves to his man cave. Never apologized for pinching our daughter. So, am I the asshole for telling him to apologize, or is this just dad humor? No, he's the asshole. I mean, look, it's apparently clear here that you make your daughter cry, you apologize. You make your son cry, you apologize. You make your kid cry, you apologize. If they feel hurt, you apologize for hurting them. It's that simple. How hard is that? How mature is your husband? He sounds like a big child himself. "No, I'm not going to apologize. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm going to my man cave." He sounds like a big child. Why the hell do you have a kid with him? Sorry, I mean, I'm going to a drastic level here, but why do you have a kid with someone like this? I mean, he sounds like a big child. Again, this is just your half. We don't know his perspective, but sheesh. Look, you pinch someone on the foot, you pinch someone anywhere, you do anything that hurts them physically or emotionally, you apologize. That's just not being a dick. So no, you weren't in the wrong to expect an apology from him. That's what he should do. I mean, it's a pretty cut and dry case, I think. I mean, at the end of the day, he should apologize. I mean, he should be a man, he should be an adult, and apologize and say, "Look, honey, I'm sorry. I was just playing with you and joking. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm really sorry about that. I'll be more careful next time." I mean, that's fairly reasonable, right? That's what an adult should do. On the other hand, he's also showing that he's also setting a bad example, because he's showing that if you do something that hurts other people, you shouldn't apologize, or you don't have to apologize. Is that really the proper example to be setting for a child? So your husband's kind of a dick. Again, if he behaves that way, if he's that immature, I don't know why you made a kid with him. That makes me question your judgment, to be honest. If mom had stayed silent, then by her silence, she would have condoned this bad behavior in front of her daughter. The dad is an asshole and needed to be called out. The daughter now knows this is not okay. Exactly. That's not dad humor. No, it's not. Hurting people and laughing about it, I don't think is dad humor. Making bad jokes, making bad puns, that's dad humor. But causing someone physical or emotional pain and then not apologizing, that's not dad humor. Good for you for handling it at the moment and advocating for your daughter. It's good that at least one of you is modeling good behavior for your child, and she'll always remember that you at least have her back. Do not back down from this. Not the asshole, but your daughter deserves more. Yes. Not the asshole. He physically hurt her. That's not funny. It doesn't matter if she's being overly sensitive, which kids can be, but still, that's beside the point. If that is her personality, he should know that and needs to be empathetic to her needs. Ooh, now this one I might disagree with. Look, he should definitely apologize to her. But I don't think it's good to raise a kid to be overly sensitive about stuff. People have to develop a thick skin. The world requires a thick skin. People are different. People have different ideas, different opinions, right? So I think you have to raise kids to toughen up a bit. So I don't think trying to adjust yourself. Oh, this child is sensitive. We have to adjust and understand that the child is sensitive and cater to that. No. Find a way to toughen your kid up, okay? Because the world's not a nice place. As a manager, I used to manage a couple of schools in China, and I would find that I would have some people who would come in for job interviews. And some of these people had been coddled their entire lives. They were the little prince, the little princess, the little emperor, the little empress. And when they came in for a job interview, I asked them some simple questions, and some of them would cry. So, for example, they would come in and say, I'm independent and hardworking and blah, 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 blah. And I would say, okay, give me an example of a time that you worked hard. And they would say, I studied very hard day and night for my college entrance test, which is a big thing in China. And I would say, try again. That's true for everyone here. Please give me a different example. And then they would be like, and I said, okay, fine. You said you were independent. Please tell me a time, about a time that you were independent and did things for yourself. I want to know more about you. In college, I lived by myself and took care of myself. No, you didn't. You lived with roommates while your parents paid for you to attend school. At that point, some of them would start crying. Hypersensitive, built up sense of achievement that they've never actually earned. So yeah, it's not healthy. I've seen the results of that. The world's not a nice place. The world will kick your ass. If you're a manager and you need to hire people, for example, you need to hire people who are capable, who can take feedback, take criticism, who can think critically, who can solve problems, who can work in a team with different personalities that may not always, coalesce with theirs. And if someone's hypersensitive, they're going to always expect other people to adjust for them. No. You learn to get along with other people and work with other people who are different from you. Don't be so sensitive. So I have to disagree with this commenter here. In the regards of hurting her, not being funny, I agree. But being overly sensitive, and that's her personality, be empathetic and adjust yourself to that, I disagree with that. So yes, the father should apologize. But at the same time, I don't think it's good to raise someone to be oversensitive because it's not going to be beneficial to them in the long term. Hope for your sake she doesn't go to school and say, my daddy hurt me. Then you can expect a visit from the CPS. Yeah, that is a concern. Your mean husband is an asshole, though. Good job for standing up for her in front of her in the moment when it mattered. Is your husband normally a dick to your daughter for no reason? This behavior isn't acceptable. Your daughter does not need her own dad acting as her bully. Completely agree with that. This reminds me of the effed up trend of cracking eggs against kids' heads. It's not a joke. It's mean. I would agree with that. Your daughter deserves better. Not the asshole. And also, yikes. If he doesn't have a history of abusive behavior, I assume this probably isn't him testing the waters for starting. But it's a problem and a serious one. I'd recommend talking to him about it and why he thinks hurting a child is funny, about how damaging that can be to the trust she has in her father. Odds are that he had an adult figure or a parent in his childhood who did something similar, so he thinks it's normal, and being confronted with you did something wrong and you should apologize for it, upset him and make him feel defensive. Maybe, but still, teenage behavior, I think. So yeah, at the end of the day, you're not the asshole. Your husband's being a dick. He's being immature. You need to talk to him. You need to get that sorted out for your daughter's benefit. And yeah, not the asshole. I think that's a pretty easy one, to be honest with you. So what do you guys think? Let's go back to my comment about being overly sensitive and how to raise kids. I'm sure some people would disagree with me about that, especially The people from America. I know. I know. um, Living elsewhere, I think people will be like, yeah, we get it. Don't be so sensitive. Americans tend to be hypersensitive now these days. So I know I'm gonna get some flack for saying that from the American side of things. But yeah, let me know. What do you guys think? Leave your comments below. Let me know. Have a great day.